Queen Bilqis, the mysterious queen, the prophet, and the tiny bird that changed history. Queen Bilqis is remembered as one of the most mysterious, intelligent, and powerful women in all of human history. Her extraordinary story is mentioned in the Holy Quran, where she appears as the ruler of a vast and prosperous empire, a kingdom that stretched across the Arabian Peninsula and deep into Africa. Her reign was legendary. Her wealth was unmatched. Her wisdom was admired by all. Yet, surrounding her life are mysteries that have puzzled scholars for centuries. Some ancient legends claim that Queen Bilqis was not entirely human, that she was half human and half jinn. These stories gave birth to a fascinating question. Did Prophet Solomon, peace be upon him, who was granted authority over the jinn, truly marry a woman with jinn ancestry? And what does authentic Islamic tradition actually reveal about this mystery? But before we uncover the truth, we must begin where this incredible story truly starts. Not with a queen, not with a king, but with a tiny bird, the extraordinary army of Prophet Solomon as. Prophet Solomon, peace be upon him, was no ordinary ruler. Allah blessed him with gifts unlike any other human being in history. He commanded humans, jinn, animals, and birds. Even the wind obeyed his command, carrying his armies swiftly across vast lands. His army was the most extraordinary force the world had ever seen. Ranks of disciplined soldiers, powerful jinn warriors, wild beasts walking peacefully beside humans, and countless birds flying in perfect formation above. Among these birds was one special creature, the Hoopoe bird. This bird was not just a traveler. It was a master scout and messenger, assigned to explore distant lands, gather intelligence, and report back. One day, as Solomon assembled his great army, something unusual happened. The Hoopoe was missing. Solomon immediately noticed. With concern and authority, he asked, "Why do I not see the Hoopoe? Is it among the absent?" This was no small matter. Every creature in Solomon's kingdom had discipline and responsibility. But what Solomon did not yet know was that this tiny bird was about to bring news that would change the destiny of an entire civilization. The discovery of the hidden Kingdom of Sheba. The Hoopoe had traveled far beyond the familiar lands. It flew across deserts, mountains, and seas until it reached a breathtaking kingdom, the Kingdom of Sheba. From the top of a tall tree, the bird observed an astonishing scene. Magnificent palaces shimmered in the sunlight. Wide roads were filled with people. Markets overflowed with gold, spices, silk, and precious stones. The land was prosperous beyond imagination. But something disturbing caught the Hoopoe's attention. The people were gathered for worship, and they were bowing to the sun. At the center stood their ruler, Queen Bilqis. She was intelligent, powerful, wealthy, and commanding. Her throne was legendary, adorned with gold and precious jewels. Her authority extended over a vast empire. Yet despite her greatness, she and her people worshipped the creation instead of the creator. The Hoopoe immediately understood the seriousness of this discovery. Without hesitation, it returned to Prophet Solomon with this urgent message, the divine message and the letter of Solomon. When the Hoopoe arrived, it spoke with certainty and conviction, describing everything it had witnessed: a mighty queen, a magnificent kingdom, and a nation lost in sun worship. Prophet Solomon listened carefully. Then, guided by divine wisdom, he dictated a letter, short, powerful, and filled with truth. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, do not exalt yourselves against me, but come to me in submission to Allah. The Hoopoe carried the sealed letter across vast distances and, by Allah's command, delivered it directly into Queen Bilqis's private chamber. When she awoke and saw the mysterious letter before her, fear, shock, and curiosity overwhelmed her. She immediately gathered her advisors and commanders. Some urged war, others urged caution. But Queen Bilqis, known for her wisdom and intelligence, chose diplomacy over destruction. She decided to send a grand delegation carrying magnificent gifts, treasures beyond imagination, to test Solomon's intentions. Witnessing a power beyond human imagination, when her ambassadors arrived at Solomon's court, they witnessed something that shattered their understanding of reality. Before them stood a breathtaking army. Humans marched beside wild beasts. Birds filled the skies. Invisible jinn warriors stood silently. Weapons moved seemingly on their own. The earth itself appeared to tremble with power. The ambassadors were overwhelmed. When they presented their lavish gifts, Solomon rejected them without hesitation, saying, "What Allah has given me is far better than what you offer. Return to your people. If they do not submit, I will come to them with forces they cannot resist." The message was unmistakable. This was not a worldly king seeking wealth. This was a prophet calling people toward divine truth. The miracle of the transported throne. Before Queen Bilqis even began her journey, Solomon made a remarkable request to his assembly. "Who among you can bring me her throne before she arrives?" A powerful jinn stepped forward, confident in his strength. "I will bring it to you within minutes." But then, a man blessed with special divine knowledge spoke. "I will bring it to you before you blink." And in a moment beyond human comprehension, her throne appeared before Solomon, transported instantly across vast distances. This miracle left everyone speechless. The palace of glass and the truth revealed. Solomon ordered a magnificent palace to be built, a floor made entirely of transparent glass, beneath which water flowed, filled with fish. When Queen Bilqis finally arrived and entered the palace, she believed she was stepping onto deep water. Startled, she lifted her garments to avoid getting wet. At that moment, Solomon observed her legs and confirmed she was fully human, disproving all rumors of her being half jinn. Many scholars believe these myths were spread deliberately by rebellious jinn who feared remaining under Solomon's divine authority. The moment of ultimate realization. When Queen Bilqis saw her throne before her, transported across continents, her heart trembled. She understood instantly. No human power could achieve this. This could only come from Allah. With humility and sincerity, she declared, "My Lord, I have truly wronged myself, and I submit myself, along with Solomon, to Allah, the Lord of all worlds." Her people followed. An entire nation abandoned sun worship and embraced monotheism. A civilization transformed. The timeless lesson. This extraordinary story is not about kings, palaces, or miracles. It is about faith, wisdom, humility, and truth. It teaches us that true greatness does not lie in wealth, armies, or power, but in submission to Allah, sincerity of heart, and the courage to accept truth. And it all began with a tiny bird, a small messenger, and a divine plan that changed history forever. If you enjoyed this powerful story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible historical and Islamic stories. Your support helps spread knowledge and inspiration across the world. ****